Welcome to Vedic Counsellor, where ancient Vedic wisdom meets modern scientific insight.
Today, we're diving into a really profound idea from Sanatan Dharma, one that completely rethinks our place in the world, from the second we're born. It's an ancient guide to a meaningful life, and it's all built around the idea of 3 sacred debts.
So, let me ask you this. Are we born as a totally blank slate? Completely free of any obligations, just ready to build a life from absolute scratch? Most of us in the modern world would probably say, yeah, of course. But what if there's a much older, maybe even more powerful, way to look at it?
Well, according to Vedic wisdom, the answer is a big, clear no. We don't just show up empty-handed. From the moment of birth, every single one of us carries what are called Tri Rinas, 3 sacred debts. And no, this has nothing to do with money. It's about our fundamental relationship to the universe, to our family, and to knowledge itself.
And look, this is not some new idea. It's ancient, written down right here in texts like the Taittiriya Samhita. It tells us we're born owing a debt to the Devas, which are the divine forces of nature, to the Rishis, the wise sages who gave us knowledge, and to the Pitrus, our ancestors who gave us our very life. So what on earth does it mean to owe these debts? Let's find out.
Okay, let's start with the biggest one, the most expansive, Deva Rina. This is the debt we owe to the divine, the cosmic forces that make everything possible. This one connects us to the very fabric of existence.
Just think about the sheer scale of this first debt, Deva, Rina. It's what we owe to the intelligence behind nature itself. The air you're breathing right now, the water that keeps you alive, the earth that grows your food. These aren't just random resources. They're seen as gifts from these cosmic forces, the Devas. So in a way, our very life is basically on loan from the universe.
So how in the world do you repay a cosmic loan? Well, this slide shows us how beautifully this ancient idea translates to today. You've got the ancient practices like fire rituals or yagnas, but look at the modern versions. Living in harmony with nature, ecological conservation. Repaying this debt today is really about becoming a guardian of our planet. It's a powerful way to show gratitude for the gift of life.
Okay, now let's bring it from the cosmic down to the personal. We're moving on to the second debt, Tri Rina. This is all about the profound obligation we have to the people who came before us.
Tri Rina is built on a simple, undeniable truth. We did not create ourselves, right? We were given our body, our genetics, our heritage, our chance to even be here by our parents and by a long, long line of ancestors stretching back through time. This debt is all about honoring that incredible chain of life that resulted in, well, you.
And how do you honor this debt? It's done in really direct, personal ways. By serving and respecting our parents and our elders. By continuing the family line and raising good kids. And, maybe most importantly, by living a good, virtuous life, following Dharma, which brings honor to your whole family and keeps the legacy of your ancestors alive and well.
All right, and that brings us to the third and final debt, the one that deals with our minds and our spirits. This is Rishi Rina, our debt to that vast, incredible ocean of human wisdom and all the teachers who've protected it.
Just stop and think about this for a second. Every piece of wisdom you have, whether it's science, philosophy, or spirituality, was all painstakingly discovered and then passed down by generations of people before us. The Rishis, the gurus. This debt is about recognizing that without this unbroken chain of knowledge, we'd all be starting from scratch, totally lost. So how do you repay this one? It's not about tuition fees. It's about participation. Through daily study, called svadhyaya, we take in that wisdom. And then, by teaching and sharing what we've learned, we become the next link in that golden chain, making sure that wisdom survives for the next generation. It's this beautiful cycle of learning and then giving back.
Okay, this table here is just fantastic because it pulls everything together so clearly. You can see each debt, to nature, to our ancestors, to the great sages, laid out right next to its ancient repayment method and its totally relevant modern version. From environmentalism to taking care of our elders and committing to lifelong learning, it just shows how practical this ancient philosophy really is for us today.
So, we've got these 3 huge cosmic ideas. The big question is, how do we actually bring this into our everyday lives? Well, the sages came up with a really elegant system for that, turning these big debts into a simple daily practice, a path to real freedom.
This is it, the Pancha Mahayagna, or the 5 great daily practices. Now, the first 3, you'll notice, directly map to the 3 debts we just talked about. But then it gets even bigger. The framework expands our circle of gratitude outwards, to other people, our guests, and then even further, to all living beings. It's just an amazing system for turning a grand philosophy into simple, concrete actions you can do every single day.
And this, right here, is probably the most important thing to understand. That word debt, it can sound kind of heavy, right? Like a burden you have to pay off. But in this way of thinking, it's not a transaction. It's a framework for living. It's about recognizing how deeply interconnected we are with everything and everyone. Fulfilling these duties isn't about clearing a balance sheet. It's about living a life of gratitude. So, as we start to wrap this all up, what's the real takeaway? What does this ancient idea truly offer us right now? Well, it's a massive shift in perspective. It's about moving from a life that asks, what can I get, to a life guided by the question, what can I give in return?
And that leaves us with this final thought to chew on. In a world that so often talks about freedom from responsibility, this philosophy suggests the complete opposite. What if true freedom, true purpose, is actually found by joyfully embracing our connections to the cosmos, to our past, and to the wisdom that can guide us forward? What if our greatest debts are actually our wings?
If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel Vedic Counsellor. For personal astrology consultation, horoscope analysis, or Vastu consultation, you can contact us on WhatsApp 919219539215 or visit our website www.vediccounselor.com. Thank you for watching.